Good to go. That's a good one.
Well, I'm pumped, guys. It's looking amazing. This is a short notice trip to the Eastern Bay of Plenty. I had a request from my daughter for some firewood, so that was in Tauranga, so I decided, let's do it. We're going to go east. Well, we've made it to the area that we're going to be fishing in the next couple of days. So the goal now is to put a cray pot down. I've never caught a crayfish in a cray pot, so it's something I want to tick off. I've tried a few times, but never caught one. But bloody sounder's playing up again. That was the one I had at barrier that was playing up. I got it going at home, and now it's playing up. So a bit frustrating. But that's what it is. So I can't use the sounder to pick a spot. So I'm really just going to have to find somewhere in close that I think shallow enough. I don't have a lot of rope on my cray pot. Water's a little bit dirty after all the rain and tsunami that come through last week. With a bit of luck, it won't be too deep. Right, we're going to start off with Gold Rush, the Caveman Gold Rush. Ngā mihi tangara. Dinner is sorted, so we're going to head back in, go and set up camp and cook this one up for tea. Having a few casts where I launched and I hooked up. Frame to go in the cray pot tomorrow. Question is, do we do it as a beer batter tonight or crumbed? Note to self, I did this last time, bring a big mixing bowl, guys. Your breakfast plate's not really big enough, boy.
Morning, lads. 5 o'clock. It was very cold as, so yeah, the last couple of hours have been pretty cold in the sleepy bag, but I think I'll stay in it for a bit longer.
Honestly, guys, I think my chances of getting a crayfish are fairly low, but hopefully. Nothing. Got a fish in there. Rock cod. Hiwi hiwi. Here we go, guys. Little hiwi hiwi. That's going to be the tricky bit. Well, I've got to make my mind up now. I really need to relocate this, but I don't want to have a massive paddle tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning I just want to pick it up and head home. And the wind's meant to get up a little bit more tomorrow, so I was wanting to fish that way and explore. Maybe I take it further east, drop it in there, have a big fish out that way. I mean, some big paddle, but we'll give that a crack. Obviously been paddling for a bit. It's cooled down a bit, but it's still nice and warm. Just going to rehydrate, and then we're going to fish this epic bit of coastline in close all the way back. Being dead flat, it might make it a lot more difficult. Normally these type of stretches of coastline work better with a bit of wave coming in. It's limited public access all along this coastline. So this spot here, even though it's not far from the road, wouldn't get a lot of fishing pressure, just the locals, because there's no access to it. So I've had to paddle quite a way to get to this, and it's the same from either end. You've got to put the mahi in to get to these spots. So I'm in 7 metres deep here, about 100 metres from shore, so I'm just going to slowly work my way along. I've changed back to the 5/8 jig head. I just wasn't getting the casting distance on the lighter one. Part of that would be because I tend to fish with a heavier fluorocarbon leader. If I was using 20-pound fluoro, I'd be able to cast a lot further with the lighter jig head, but I just haven't got the balance quite right on the setup, so I'm having to go heavier. Conditions are just like stunning, no wind. But not far from here, according to Windy, that Cape Runaway, Lotten Point area has got quite a lot of wind. So this is just a little patch that's sheltered on the Windy map that's got no wind today. So that's what I was making the most of. But yes, it's going to be a little bit tricky because I've just got no drift here, so I'm just going to have to keep paddling, casting, paddling, casting. There's no commercial cray pots out at the moment either, so they've either done their quota for the year or... Look at that. That's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Good fish in the shallows. Oh yeah. Really pulling along. In the weed. Oh, we're in the weed. Hope he's going to swim out. That was a really good fish. Loosen the drag. Oh. Dealt to me. Oh, shouldn't have gone for that back camera. Well, guys, we know there's big fish here. Whew. Epic. Gonna reset the gear. So we're just going to work this general area for a bit. Often if there's one good fish, there's a mate with it. So we'll see how we get on. Just cover a bit more ground around here. A lot of weed, a lot of weed. Perfect habitat for a big snapper. Just extracting them out of it's the tricky bit. You need an element of luck sometimes on their first run. When they go straight back into shore like that other one did, it normally ends in a disaster for me. But I shouldn't have grabbed that other camera. Major mistake. Just hoping to get that one more big hit. Fish that other spot pretty hard. There's a lot of cast weight in there. So I'm just slowly working my way back along the coastline. Very slowly actually, because it's a slight headwind, so the only way I'm making progress otherwise paddling. What a spot and what a day though, eh? What's everyone else doing on a Tuesday? Well, I should be at the Franklin sale about now buying some stock for the farm, so yeah, I'm going to have to make the most of Friday at Te Kuiti. Hopefully there's some in our price range, because that's the hardest thing about farming at the moment. Price of meat is up in supermarkets. We get paid more, but we're having to pay a lot more than we're used to for the replacements. So it takes a bit of getting your head around. Another baby, guys. Shrink that down. Just try and pick gaps in the weed, hoping to hook into something else decent again. Well, I've been persevering with the pinfish softbait for a few hours now, so I'm going to change over to something different, get quite a contrast to what I've had, and see how we go. This is the first for me. I haven't tried these, the Crush City Red Dog. I know last week when we were fishing out west, Rex was getting more hits on these than I was, so even though we weren't really catching much, he was getting more hits. So we'll change to this, complete contrast to what I've been using. See if that makes a difference. Come on, red dog. See you back. Yep, there's a good fish. That's a good fish. They actually swam towards me when it took it. So it felt like a soft take. I had to wind up to get the connection to it. Just loosen the drag slightly. Right, we're in 4 meters now. What do we got here? Got weight to it, but it's not blistering. Right, lay a worm off. There we go. Definitely like the red dog, it swallowed it right down. See if we can pull that out. Yeah, there it is. Here we go, guys. Beautiful fish. First decent one today, probably 7 pound, 6 or 7 pound I'd say. Nice. Wow, finally. Change of colours done the damage, and could be on a change of tide now too, so yeah, have to check the time at some stage. Get a few more casts in. Pumped. Whew. Just hooked up again, it's been a tough morning really. Well, I think we're in the afternoon, it could easily be 1 o'clock or something. We'll find out when I get the vids up. That's a beautiful eating size snapper. We'll let this one go. But, shortly, I'm going to have to start keeping a few for to take home. But I've still got to catch them, that's a tricky bit. So much reefy, shallow habitat that you just know is going to hold big fish, but where do you target them? It's the hard bit. It's just a massive amount of that type of habitat. Just coming across what could be terrakihi on sounder. Time to try something different and see if we can catch a different species. I've just gone off the shallow stuff and just moved out to, well, we're in 18 meters at the moment, just on the edge of the mud. So I'm going to chuck a little bit of mussel down on a ledger rig and see what happens. See what we've got. Would be really nice to pick up the piggy. The front camera's just died, so I was just about to change the batteries on that. We've got the bites on the rod here. coming out of 20 metres. Snapper. But it's a dinner fish. Oh no, what do we got? That's a cray. I know a lot of people say these taste really good, but my experience at Lawton is they were horrible, so you can go back. We want us mate with the stripe. That is the dinner fish. Yep, well and truly legal. It's going to be a nice eater. Alright, I've got what I need for dinner sorted. I've got mussels and that small snapper, and I'd love to get a few to take home, but I've got first thing tomorrow morning to do that too. So what we're going to do is pick the cray pot up, take it in a bit closer, and so it's easy to pick up in the morning. Nice to be off the water before it's dark, so we're all set up. If anyone's thinking about getting a stretcher for their swag, I can highly recommend it. So much more comfortable, takes the stones and that out of the play, so much better sleep with a stretcher and easier to get into. The only disadvantage with stretcher, it's a lot colder. You've got that coolness coming in underneath you in the frost, so really need a decent sleeping bag, or two if you got one like mine, but I've only brought one along this time, so she was pretty cold last night. So we're just starting the cooking process. Steaming a few mussels open so I can batter them. I've got a fish to fillet, and we'll cook that up for dinner. How good's that? There's a nice healthy population of North Island weka here. Pretty rare sight around the majority of the North Island, but out this way and towards Gisborne there's a population of them, so yeah, it's epic. Change the location. It's my last morning, so the aim is to have a quick fish, 2 to 3 hours, hopefully be back. It must be about 7 o'clock at the moment, but hopefully be back off the water by 9 o'clock, 9:30, because I've got a long drive home. Right, time for a change of softback colour. I've had probably 10 or 12 casts in a good location and nothing's happened, so we'll switch over to one of the caveman. We've got the 7-inch in the bruised banana colour. I'm not sure what this one's called exactly, but yellow and brown. Ooh, might be just the initial feel of things. It's going to be hard to quickly get these fish. It's just really continuing on from yesterday, but hopefully. Right guys, time to change it up again, and we'll go for the pinfish 4-inch paddle tail. Right, on to our first fish, guys. Look at that, perfect live bait. There you go guys, first fish of the morning. Back to Tungara. Don't really have the time for live baiting today, but that would be a beautiful live bait. There you go, buddy. There you go. Geez, it's been a difficult morning. First snapper. Must be about 8:30. Here's me wanting to get 2 or 3 quick ones under the belt so I could head off home. And that's the first snapper for the morning. Tough. Actually, all my trips out east this year have been tough. So, yeah, might have to give this area a bit of a miss for a bit, because it used to be so productive for me, and whether I've just got the moon phases wrong or I'm getting worse at fishing, which is probably possibly happening, set in my ways, but I don't think that'd be the issue. A bit like the west coast, last time I was out, Perseverance winds through at this time of the year at times, but it doesn't help that we've had a lot of really bad weather, a lot of rain in the water out here, and the Tsunami has had quite an impact too. So when I get back to the launch site, I'll show you that. I was just thinking about what my closing lines were going to be, because just haven't been catching anything apart from a tiny little snapper and 3 kahawai today, and I need to take something home for dinner. But yeah, so I come back out to the rock, multiple casts, nothing, but now I've finally hooked up, and I think we might be onto a snapper. The dinner fish, hopefully. Wanted to take home, so one of my daughters turning up, so it'd be really nice to have a nice one to eat tomorrow night. Oh, I was starting to think I'd come home looking like a failure, but that's a good eater. It's beautiful eating fish in nice condition. And I changed to the motor oil, or I think it's diesel, motor diesel, or diesel oil, or whatever. I changed to the green grub. Should be putting on a stringer, but I'll just chuck it in the back. Well, we may have another one. I'm just fishing the shallow ridge along here, and it could be a kahawai. We're in 3 meters deep. That's better. Now we've got a feed. That's an easy legal. Yeah, that's probably about 35, but I'll just have a quick measure to make sure. Yeah, 37, so that's an easy keep it. It's not often that I keep fish this small, so it's hard for me to judge them. I'm normally probably 45 centimeters is where I'm keeping them. Yeah, another nice little one to bring home. Seeing there's no surf transition to come in on, I don't need the stringer. I'm just happy to do it the way I'm doing it. Okay, last couple of casts through this gut. Very shallow gut. Yeah, we got one. So shallow in between the gut there.
one. Just putting a bit of hair, it's got me under the... Oh, shit, got these rocks here too. You got your dairy dude. Just gonna back out and hopefully he'll swim out of the zone there, because that's not too appealing. Have to wait for it to swim out. What a nice spot to snorkel. No, it broke off. Well, that's it, guys. Right guys, we're just going to close the vid off here. Awesome time away, loved the camping. It was pretty cold at night, but it's still winter, so that's what you got to expect. Fishing was tough, as you've seen, but hopefully it turns out being a reasonable vid. And if you're new to the channel and have enjoyed what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it helps it out. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up in the next vid.